Divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. Are you prepared to go to war? Are you ready for World War III? That's what my cousin asked me. But see, I'm the type of person, I don't really pay close attention to the news as much as I used to, because I've gotten to a point on my journey where I'm trying to make myself better so that I can make other people's lives better and the world a better place. And if you are tuned into this video, I'm assuming that you are on the same path as me as well. Okay, you're all about positive energy, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's happening with this whole World War III thing. Just recently, we've heard that a top general in Iran has been terminated or killed, okay, by an American government official known as Donald Trump, the president, okay? Now, I am an American, but I personally do not condone of this decision that was made to take out a top leader of another country. But the situation is as realistic as me talking to you right now. But do you condone violence? Do you condone negative energy? Personally, I do not. Whenever there's a worldwide situation going on where there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of turmoil, such as war, we have to pay close attention to our thought life, okay? Because the more people that feed into this negative energy that is going on in the world right now concerning Iran and the United States of America, the greater the chances will be that this war will happen. But the truth of the matter is, you have a decision to make, whether you want to focus on fear or whether you want to focus on love of humanity. See, that's what this is all about. There is no war going on. Not until the war is created by what you think in your own individual lifestyle. See, the more attention people pay to this situation known as World War III, the more that this situation has a chance to manifest. And see, that's what they want you to do. That's why news exists. That's why news is news. Because you have the opportunity to focus your energy on everything that's going wrong versus everything that's going right. And just recently, I've been looking at videos of people in Iran chaining out death threats as a collective whole, okay? This is all energy, okay? I've never been overseas. I've never even been to Iran, okay? But I can say this. It is not a positive thing to be focused on negative things. So once again, you have the choice to be able to choose what you choose to focus on as an individual. Me, I choose to focus on love. I still feel like if you are constantly making yourself better and if you are spreading love vibrations in the universe, you have a chance at stopping this escalating World War III. There doesn't have to be a World War III in your reality if you choose to go in a direction of love. See, energy is everything. And when you watch the news, you're basically saying, I choose to give my attention to everything that is going wrong in the world. What if the news portrayed all the good things that are going on in the world? What if the news portrayed people that saw this situation as something that they could elevate from? Because somebody was killed who they thought was a bad person. See, when living in this lifestyle, when living in this world, you got to keep in mind that this is a world where people have the opportunity to create their very own realities. Okay? Your reality is different from my reality. To each his own. But when you have two or more that come together in agreement on one thing, then this one thing has a greater chance at manifesting. So you got to ask yourself, do you actually see this happening? When you're having conversations amongst your friends, amongst your family, amongst people online, do you participate in this actually occurring? Do you feel that World War III is something that has a chance to create your reality? Comment below and say you don't if you don't believe in war. I don't believe in war, okay? But the thing you got to keep in mind is this. We all live in the same world. So that means that we all must be on the same page. We all must be headed in the same direction if we want the same results. If we want it to be world peace, if we want world peace, then this takes situations such as the situation that we are in right now to allow us to come together and be able to be one nation under God and indivisible. See, in this world that we live in, many people were born in different countries that we had no choice to choose from. We had to grow up in the countries that we had to grow up in. We had to grow up under the religion and the doctrine and the dogma that we grew up in. But the question is, do you feel that you are separated from him, them, her, me? Do you feel that you are separate from your brother and your sister here on earth? Or do you let categories, labels, countries, religion determine the situation that you are currently facing? I personally chose to be a universal being. I personally chose to be a being that is able to see everybody as equal, no matter what color, no matter what ethnicity, creed, no matter where I came from. I chose to be a universal being. I chose to love my neighbor. I chose to love and treat people the way that I want to be treated. And so we all know that when something negative happens and somebody responds in a negative way, let's create war. They did something bad to us, so let's do something bad to them. I personally know that that does not create a positive result. See, a lot of people in this world do things out of the ego, okay? The ego is what leads most people into destruction. That's why you have to come back to your divine self. That's why you have to come back to the divine cause of why we're living, okay? We're all living to create love upon the earth, you know, to be divine beings of light, okay? See, when we are living in the universe, on one planet all together, we're all supposed to be together. We're all supposed to think on the same path. We're all supposed to be on the same frequency, the same wavelength. But the problem is, you got so many people that are so unique, that are cut from so many different cloths, and it's hard for every individual to see eye to eye. This takes awakening. And this also takes situations that do not serve us, that may bring a little bit of violence, that may bring a little bit of negativity to the surface to get people to finally wake up. Lord forbid that this does not happen. Lord forbid that there be another war. Lord forbid that there be more killings. Lord forbid that there be more countries going against each other, because after all, we're all in this thing together. So the best thing that we can possibly do is come together. But I guess a lot of people have just not found the love in their heart to be able to do that. So it takes people like me, and it takes people like you to continue to spread the positive light, to continue to spread the positive energy, to continue to put out your positive vibe in the universe, and to say, you know what? There will be no world war. There will be no more fighting. There will be peace. There will be love upon the earth. Martin Luther King was a person that came into the world, and his divine destiny was to bring this people together with this people. I have a dream. At that time, the situation was so tight that other people could not see that they were actually relational beings in the same boat, living the same lifestyles, wanting the same results, wanting the same thing to happen. But once again, they were cut from two different cloths. But it took one person to come into the world and say, you know what, we are equal. One day, I believe that we will all be together. And it goes on and on and on. And it's the same situation that we're facing today with this war that we're currently so-called dealing with, so-called that we don't want to happen. It's the same situation, but it takes more people to be able to come together as a collective consciousness to say, you know what, this is not right. This is not love. This is not peace. And the more we get in harmony with each other as human beings, as individuals who think on the same frequency, who think on the same frequency and wavelength as love, the more we have a chance of diffusing this fire of war. There will be no war. There will be no war. Because if you're like me, you believe in world peace. If you ask me, I think that's why we're all here. We're all here. The whole test is for us to be able to find ourselves so that we can come together with each other to create the peace that we're all longing for on the inside as individuals. Positive doesn't come from negative and another negative. When you want world peace, when you want everybody to think on the same frequency, in the same wavelength, and you want everybody to think the same way, the only way to be able to get there is through love. So this whole thing of starting a world war, it takes us as humanity to be able to say, you know what? Despite our differences, despite our circumstances, despite what we have going on as a country versus what you have going on as a country, that doesn't make us separate. I was just recently looking at news at one of the Iranian leaders who said that Americans' happiness will eventually come to a mourning. Okay, and we all know what mourning means, right? But that leader has one thing to realize. Mourning does not create happiness. Creating more war, creating more violence, creating more hate does not create happiness. Okay? So we have to do a better job as a race, as humankind, mankind. We have to do a better job of understanding people and their differences and where they come from. You have to come back to your true divine self of being a universal being and saying to yourself, you know what? Despite of what's going on in our world, I still love you. I still love you despite the color you are. I still love you despite what religion that you grew up in. I still love you despite the things that you're interested in that I'm not interested in. Because I know that we are all under the same God. We are all under the same source. Okay? We all live on the same earth. So this whole being prepared for World War III thing, it really doesn't resonate with me. Does it resonate with you? Is this something that you want to be involved in? As my cousin said, TreniuS, are you ready for the draft? No, I'm not ready to go in anybody's war. I have my own battles that I'm facing with my own self, within my own personality and my own character. So it takes you sending out that energy of positive vibration, love vibration into the world. No matter what's going on, no matter if you're a person that watches the news, are you big enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to condone this violence. I'm not going to condone this negativity, this hate. I'm bigger than that. Believe in equality. Believe in one. The power of one. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay? One nation, one God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay? So this is my take on World War III. Leave your comment below and let me know what you think about this whole Iranian-American war that's going on. Do you think that there will be a World War III? I hope after this video you ever change your heart if you've been participating in watching the news and hearing everything that propaganda has to say. Okay? So make sure you subscribe to my channel by clicking my face icon and hit the bell notification so that you can be notified every time I upload new videos every single day, like these two right here. I'm not the biggest fan of politics, but I do believe in love. Do you believe in love? Speak up, let your voice be heard. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.